Are you tired of doing all this lawn care weekend after weekend, dollar after dollar, and have it only look meh? Well, the problem may not be what you spend on your lawn care. The problem may be when you do your lawn care. In this video, I'm going to show you the foolproof calendar, spring, summer, fall, and winter, in order to have the most beautiful lawn you possibly can. I'm Eddie Field with Field Guide to DIY. We got a lot to cover, so let's dive in. So early spring, that's when your lawn starts coming out of dormancy. You're gonna have relatively new growth, but your weeds are gonna get a jump start on your grass. So you gotta address them first. You're gonna put down pre-emergent. That's gonna address your broadleaf, your dandelions, and it may also address whatever sedge you have. Then as we go into late spring, that's where you're gonna start to prepare the grass for its big growing phase. So again, you're gonna put down pre-emergent, but you're also gonna put down your heavy nitrogen fertilizer. 50-50 weed kill and heavy nitrogen fertilizer. You've heard of Weed and Feed or Super Turf Builder Plus. These have both weed killer and fertilizer. So you're gonna put those down. You're gonna get the soil and the grass ready for its big boom phase. That's the spring. Also in the spring, you're gonna look for any patches that you need to address. Now in springtime, the grass is growing up, but in some cases, the grass is also gonna be growing out. Let's talk about different types of grasses. There are 3 types of grasses that are gonna be shooting runners, like rhizomes, that is underground, or stolon, that's on top of the ground. So those are gonna be your St. Augustine, your Zoysia, or your Bermuda. My neighbor has stolen some of my Zoysia. Get it? Stolen? Running across and going in his yard? These runners are gonna help spread the lawn throughout patchy areas. Your single plant grasses like your fescue. Fescue, you're gonna need to put down some sort of patch master, address those patches. But in that case, you're gonna need to focus on having water addressing that area the duration of the summer. Otherwise, if you're gonna put down seed in the spring and not plan on watering it and taking care of it and keeping it alive, you're just gonna be wasting your money and your effort during the springtime. So like I said, you're gonna put down your 50-50, your weed and feed, and you're gonna address any patches or any areas. Now summer is life support, because summer is gonna be hot, it's gonna be dry. Now here in the South, we have grasses that address that. We've got Bermuda and we've got Zoysia, the 2 most drought-resistant turf there is. When the water's in short supply, the Zoysia and the Bermuda start to conserve energy. They don't grow a lot, and so they're the most drought-resistant grass. But you really have to pay attention during the summer months, during the hot, dry months, pay attention to the weather, and put out the sprinklers when you need to. Your sole focus during the summer is keeping what grass that you have alive. There. We survived summer, now we're going into the fall. At fall, we start to evaluate what are the areas that we need patching, reseeding, resodding perhaps? You don't know, so you want to take an evaluation of the whole lawn. You may have a high traffic area where the ground, the soil underneath the grass has become compacted, like a field or a path or something along those lines. That's where you're gonna want to run an aerator. If that dirt has been so compacted, especially you have clay, that's actually gonna choke out the plant and prevent or mitigate any future growth of the grass plant. So you're gonna want to do an aeration. Aerators are rentable, or you can have a lawn care service come and aerate. Usually it goes hand in hand with aerating and reseeding your lawn, especially, like I said, if you have fescue. That's the way to get new grass plants growing in that ground, with aeration and reseeding. If you don't have that case where you have compaction, but you don't use a grass bagger, that is for collection of your grass clippings, I don't do that. I just cast the clippings onto the lawn. But what happens is those clippings get down and they can choke out the plant. So also in fall, in addition to aerating and reseeding, you may want to consider dethatching. That is running a dethatcher, either attachment on your riding mower or with a push dethatcher, and churn up those clippings rake them up or let them blow away so that you can get fresh air on this grass plant, on the surrounding of the grass plant. That's going to be helpful and help things grow. Also, evaluate your lawn to see where you need to do even more patching, reseeding. If you're going to do reseeding, if you have some spots where there's like little to no grass growing, especially fescue, rake up the area, put down some seed, and I would recommend you put down some topsoil or 50-50 topsoil organic mix. That's going to give you a layer of topsoil on top of your seed, as well as organic is going to feed those young plants as they germinate, as well as the turf around it. Those plants as well is going to feed them and get them looking lush and green. You want to do that in September, October, before you go into dormancy in November. You want that established plant. Again, you want to water it to germinate it, and you want to give those young plants a good, healthy start with lots and lots of water. So now we've successfully survived spring, summer, we're through the fall. Now we get to watch our lawn go into dormancy, especially with Bermuda and Zoysia. Zoysia is going to have a longer season of dormancy. That is where the grass plant goes brown. And some people don't like it. I happen to like it because I know that spring is coming and that lawn is going to look lovely when it turns. So your grass survives winter and springtime is around the corner. It's time to do it all over again. So get your calendar out right now and mark on the calendar spring, summer, fall, winter, and you're going to have a beautiful lawn come springtime. I'm Eddie Field with Field Guide to DIY. Thanks for watching. And if you want to see all the ins and outs for a lawn care tool that's going to keep your lawn beautiful, click the image on your screen now. I'll see you in the next video.